Okay, so we are ready to apply concepts of buoyancy and other ideas to some problems. Okay, so the first thing we'll do is we look at this problem. What it says is you're given an iron sphere of density 7,860 kg per meter cube, and the radius of the sphere is 25 centimeters. Now this thing is completely submerged in water, and you're using a cable to do that. First question is determine the weight, then determine the buoyant force, and then determine the tension. Now keep in mind that this tension here is essentially nothing but something called the apparent weight. And this will make sense because if you think about it, the true weight would be the actual mass of the object times 9.8. Okay. However, once you submerge the thing in water, the weight, okay, is going to it's going to change. I mean, the force, the net force with which it's trying to go down is going to change because this water is pushing it up. So it's going to feel lighter in water. Okay, so that's why the apparent weight is what the weight appears to be in water. Okay, if you were to try to measure its weight in water, it would be the actual weight minus this buoyant force. Okay, that will be the nothing but the apparent weight. So keep that in mind because that definition, that the idea will keep coming up, and you need to know what that means. Okay, so the problem is very simple. Okay, at this point, it would be a good idea to stop, see if you can do each of the part yourself, and then verify, and then keep moving through the video. So let's begin with the first part of the question, which is namely the finding the true weight of the object. Okay, so what we know is that the weight is equal to m times g, mass times 9.8. Okay, now we're going to have to first find the mass, and you haven't been given the mass itself, but you've been given the dimensions of the object, that it's a sphere and its density. So the so it is 4 divided by 3 times pi times r cube, which is 0.25. It's 25 centimeters, so I got to divide that by 100 cube. So this is the volume. I have to multiply this by the density 7860. So and then multiply this by 9.8. Okay, so just remember, this is nothing but the volume, this is the density, and this is g, rho v g. Okay, and this is simply finding the weight of the object. Again, this is not the buoyant force. Okay, this is the weight of the object. Alright, you can calculate this number and you'll end up getting, so if you calculate this, you get 5041.5 not kg. This is the weight of the object, so it's for this many newtons. Okay, so this gives us the weight. So this part of this is the answer to the first part. Part B of the question is to find the buoyant force. So I'm going to F sub B, and we know that the buoyant force is equal to rho v g. Okay, once again, let's make sure what we understand by each of the terms. Okay, the rho in the equation for buoyant force is the density of the fluid, which happens to be water, which is 1,000, that's given, multiplied by the volume. The volume is the same, 4 divided by 3 pi times 0.25 cube, and then I multiply this by 9.8. Okay, so this can be calculated, and this gives us 641.4 newtons. Great. So now we have the first two parts. And once you have the first two parts, the apparent weight is very easy to calculate. Okay, and if you look at the situation, what's happening is that you have the sphere. Okay, the weight of the sphere itself is pulling it down. Okay, then you have the buoyant force that is pulling it up, FB, and so the result of these two is nothing but the apparent weight. Okay, so the tension in the cable T is going to be equal to, okay, if we were to draw the tension T, that would be the force planting up, and we'd have T, if you want, since it's an equilibrium, I can rewrite this as T plus FB equals W. Remember, we can always use this. Weight apparent is equal to the true weight minus the buoyant force. Okay, so that would be the formula in general. Okay, but in this case, I'm just going to draw my free body diagram and figure this out, and I end up getting this: the weight minus the buoyant force. So I get 5041.5 minus 641.4. and we can calculate this number. We end up getting 4401.1 newtons. So this is the tension in the string. Now, variation of this problem could be, let's say that I say to you, what if we were to raise this object, okay? If object is pulled up, okay, at an acceleration of 0.5 meters per second square, okay, find the tension in the string. So here this becomes a simple Newton's law problem, and once again, if you look at the free body diagram, all right, so what you're going to have is we're going to have the force of tension pulling it up, the buoyant force pulling it up, we have gravity pulling it down, and the result of all these things is nothing but ma, which happens to be the mass of the object times the acceleration 0.5. Okay, now if you need to know how to find the mass, we actually already found the mass in a few of the calculations. It is nothing but the volume, which is this, multiplied by the density, which is 7860. So this gives us the mass. We can plug it into our equation and then find the tension. And my equation would be, once again, you see in this case all the upper forces are winning, so I have T plus Fb as the winners minus the weight, okay, and this is equal to m times 0.5, and you can go ahead and make sure, calculate all this and find the new tension now if it's being hoisted at this angle. At the same time, if it was being dropped, lowered down at this acceleration, you would have W minus Fb minus T equals ma. Okay, so that fairly straightforward things that you should be able to handle without any problems. All right.